Well, there's just so much correspondence. I just keep it all in one place.
Right. I'm sorry. I just don't see why you're corresponding with PG&E about your medical problems in the first place.
Well, they paid for the doctor's visit. You bet. Paid for a checkup for the whole family. And not like with insurance where you pay and a year goes by and maybe you see some money. They just took care of it, just like that. We never even saw a bill.
Wow. Why'd they do that?
Because of the chromium.
The what?
The chromium. Well, that's what kicked this whole thing off.
Chromium, is it?
There's more than one type?
Yes. There's straight up chromium, does all kinds of good things for the body. There's chrome 3, which is fairly benign. And then there's chrome 6, hexavalent chromium, which, depending on the amounts, can be very harmful.
Harmful how? What would you get?
With repeated exposure to toxic levels, God, anything really, from chronic headaches and nosebleeds to respiratory disease, liver failure, heart failure, reproductive failure, bone or organ deterioration, plus, of course, any type of cancer.
So, that stuff, it kills people.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Highly toxic, highly carcinogenic. It gets into your DNA, too, so you pass the trouble along to your kids. It's very, very bad.
Well, what's it used for?
A rust inhibitor. See, the utility plants use these piston engines to compress the gas. The engines get hot, you've got to run water through them. Chromium's in the water to prevent corrosion.
Well, how do I find out what kind of chromium they use in Hinckley?
Have you been to their water board?
What's that?
Every county has one. They keep records of anything water-related within their jurisdiction. You should be able to find something there.
County Water Board. Alrighty. Well, thanks.
Well, good luck. I wouldn't advertise what you're looking for if I were you. Incriminating records have a way of disappearing when people smell trouble.
I'll remember that. Thanks. They used a hexachrome here in these cooling towers as an anti-corrosive. Then they dumped the excess water into these ponds.
I don't remember seeing any ponds up there.
Well, this is an old picture. They've been covered over, and not too carefully, because if you dig 1 inch under the surface, dirt's as green as a fucking shamrock.
And that's what caused the contamination?
Well, it didn't help, but no, the problem actually started on the bottom. According to this, in most cases, you would line these ponds so this shit didn't seep into the ground. But guess what?
They skipped that step?
Mm-hmm. And here are the ponds. The plume comes down like this, and Hinckley is down here. It's like 14 years of hex chrome just flowing into the groundwater.
Jesus. And this guy just offered all this information?
Well, yeah, I mean, Nelson cares what's in those ponds. He used to spend half the day waiting around them. That was his job.
Shit.
What's the matter?
I don't know if we can pull this off. I mean, this is a monster case. We're up to 411 plaintiffs. We've taken 162 declarations. Probably hundreds more out there moved away. Well, we're going to have to find them. It's taking time. Manpower, money's going out. Nothing's coming in. I'm going to have to take a second mortgage on the house. So, I have to tell you, I've been making inquiries with other firms, bigger firms, to share some of the cost. They all said no, say we don't have it.
Well, that's bullshit. We got PG&E by the balls.
PG&E Hinkley by the balls, but nobody's going to get rich unless we can pin this on PG&E Corporate in San Francisco.
What do you mean?
PG&E Corporate is claiming they had no way of knowing what was going on in Hinkley.
Oh, they knew. They had to know.
Who's showing the document that proves it? And they didn't know. And if they didn't know, we can't hit them with punitive damages. And with punitive damages, we're talking about a sum of money that can actually have some effect on these people's lives.
So what do we do now?
Let's assume there are documents connecting PG&E Hinkley with PG&E Corporate, and they know these documents exist. We take our 400 or so plaintiffs and everything you've dug up. We file a lawsuit to provoke a reaction, see if they offer a reasonable settlement or just throw more paper at us.
Well, that sounds great. Let's do that.
There's a downside. PG&E will submit a demur, a list of reasons attacking each complaint, claiming that each cause of action has no merit. And if the judge agrees with them, he'll dismiss our case. PG&E will have no reason to settle. Then it's all over.
So, basically, it all comes down to what this one judge decides.
Basically, yeah.
Jesus.
Excuse me. Are you Erin Brockovich?
Yeah.
I'm Tom Robinson. This is my wife, Mandy.
Hi.
We used to live across the street from the Jensens. I think you know Donna.
Yeah.
PG&E bought our house last year. Now, the vet said they had a bunch of tumors and stuff, and, well, you can see they couldn't really walk.
How many were born like this?
12 or 13 or so.
Yeah. When Donna told us about you and what you told her about the chromium, we figured that might have something to do with this, too.
Yeah, it might. Really, may I keep these?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
There's something else, too.
What?
This, Mandy here has had 5 miscarriages.
I'm so sorry.
I figured it was something I did. Like when I smoked marijuana, maybe, or took birth control pills. But then Donna said that you thought that this chromium might be to blame for her problems. So I figured maybe it wasn't just me.